Here we are use a way to install Windows 11 to add the Windows 11 to exist system for the purpose of test run. Of course, you can use this method to add the Windows 11 permanently. The system is rather, the method is rather independent regardless the purpose. But for someone is not ready to install the Windows 11, this gives you an opportunity to test drive. So the installation of Windows 11 has been there for a while. We will keep the old system intact. The old system can continue running, operating with a new system addition. The new Windows 11 is in a compact nutshell. Of course, it can be larger or small, but it absolutely not interference whatever the configuration of the current Windows system, and even not mess around with the file system. In this case, we will create a multi-boot menu. While the computer is booting, the user can choose run the new installed Windows 11 or the old system. You don't need to add a new hard drive there. Everything keeps the same. The hardware configuration, no change. Around a few hundred megabyte Windows system. In that system, you can do all the Windows operation, especially when you have a system that is failure. It's easy for that system to operate at that scenario. So let's check what's the current system. You can add the Windows 11 to any system. Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 8.1. For us, the current system is a Windows 11. So you can see we have 3 drivers, and we have only 1 hard drive. This PC is already running the Windows 11. Like here, the Windows 11 Pro. We will add another Windows 11 in this system. And of course, will exist in the same hard drive, the driver C. If we take a close look of the driver C, we will see the driver C has already built the Windows system. If you install the Windows 11 system here, there will be the Windows, this folder cannot edit another one. That means you need to upgrade or replace the old system. Our target is let this system continue running. We will add another Windows 11 here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create an independent space and isolate that system to this Windows system. So how to do that is all built into the Windows tool. So there's a command called the disk management. In this command, you will see we have one system boot active disk. So of course, this disk contains only one partition. So if you know this kind of conception, it's wonderful. If you don't, it doesn't matter. What we are doing is you must select this partition able to active this one. Disk is default. So if you select this partition, the action of create VHD is active. So you do that. Then you browse, find the place in the disk you want to host a chunk of disk space. We will put it in disk C, the folder called OS. We will call it Windows 11. As you see, everything default here. So we will create a fixed size, VHD. And here, it allows you to create the size. So we will install the Windows 11 flat. To do that, we will create a disk drive at 8 gigabyte, 18 gigabyte. Click OK, it will create an 18 gigabyte hard drive there. So the creation use this way will always zero out all the covered space. If you use other method, you don't need this way, but this method to create, then we will use this way. Then you have this hard drive called disk 1 attached. So we will initialize the disk. Give you option, we will use default. Then on this disk, we will create our partition. It's a new simple partition. And use whole disk space. It doesn't matter which drive, we can use default. Normally, we use a little bit further away from the current one, so we don't interfere with the current system. Let's use real use case M. So we will give a volume number of Windows 11. We'll use a quick format. After you finish, you will have this drive attached. The drive letter is M. Of course, on the original hard drive, we are a little bit compact in space, but we are not afraid. So don't worry about that. So if you really come back, you will go to drive C, you will see C almost full. But we don't worry about that. So because we have created another hard drive is Windows 11, you can see is 18 gigabyte and it's already mounted. So this is you have the system disk ready, then we will about to try to install the Windows 11 there. Before this operation, you suppose to have the Windows 11 any kind of image downloaded. Here, we have already downloaded the Windows 11 ISO. So the downloading is free, so it's kind of convenience. So if you really explore the image is bootable, and you can either click Setup or either boot the disk to install the Windows. However, if you install that way, it will let you go through a few screens to see if you meet the minimum requirement. So we will not do that way. At this disk, we will only use one file. That file called install Windows image. Extension is WIM. We will use image file. So this file is 4.51 gigabyte in size. We will try how to use one line of command line command to make it run. The one how to do that is we can do the command interface. It's happening I have this one here, but if you don't, once you search this one, you can right click because you need to run as administrator. Grant that, then you have this interface. Let's skip all the nonsense and let's go to the installation. So in this interface, we know the disk, the DVD image is in drive D. You can see D is have the image. We will go to this folder to all the Windows everything is packed in this image. We need to figure out which one. Then the command is called this one. To see how to use this command line. So the image check we see, we normally will install Windows Pro or Windows Home. Let's try install Windows Home this time. If we install Windows Home, then the index number is 1. If you want to install Windows Pro, you will need to install this one, the index 6. So let's find out which image, which editing we're going to install. Then we will use this command to apply image. To use the command to apply the image. We will apply it in which letter? Drive M, right? So we will apply image 1, and we will apply that. That's all you need. Of course, if you apply Windows Pro, you change this to 6. But we will apply Windows Home. We apply this 1. After apply, you can press enter. Then the system will deploy the Windows image, basically apply all the useful information to drive M. Stay in the 97% or forever. I will pause the recording now. It turned out it's quickly finished. Right now, we can see we successfully deployed the Windows 11 to drive M. The drive M, right now, all you need to do is to make the Windows, this hard drive is a system bootable and added to your existing boot system menu. We have used disk management. Disk management to check the disk. Right now, we will see if the new hard drive is bootable. Normally, you can right-click active the drive. Mark partition as active. Yes, this partition is active. Right now, the only thing left for us is to add this operation system to the existing system. How to do that? We will go back to the command prompt. This time, I will right-click Run as administrator. Then you use one command to do that. That command called bcd boot. You can always see how to use the command. If you use that command, we will use this way. What you see is we will add this system to the current boot menu, and the current default or setting will be preserved. This boot item will added as a last item. So this way, you will add our current system to the existing menu. You will see it will successfully created. For now, as to reboot this computer, we will able to boot from the new installed Windows 11. We have the old system. If the hard drive, there's no second operating system, will look like this. We just added this boot menu here, and also I will talk about this one later. This also I just manual created. So we will boot into Windows 11. You can see we have the installed Windows 11 home, and on this created hard drive. Yes, you have see how we install the Windows system. In other words, rather added the Windows 11 system to an exist system. So now we will boot to the original system and edit a few items before we close this tutorial. So let's use this software. This software called EasyBCD. The software, the interface is to manage the boot system menu. So you can see the system is after start the software we already loaded. Actually, this gives you a graphic interface of the system. So if you really look into and use this tab here, you will able to see it more clearly. I will do a little adjustment because this actually is old exist system. The new system is rather confusing. Here, I can rename it, right? So we can see in a nutshell. So now I will walk you through to edit another menu. So use this software. So you click Edit a New Entry. So at this time, we added ISO. That means you have an ISO image is running somewhere, is bootable. So actually, we put it here already, and we will edit this ISO file. So we give the name Windows 8.1 environment. If we edit the entries, we will see the menu being added there. So next time we will boot from this environment, we will see how that environment is, and take a look what the file is. If we go there, we will see the window that file is only about 200 something megabyte. Is an ISO. However, it's a fully window interface. Right now, we will reboot this computer and choose that option in the start booting installation. So we will boot this Windows right now. So we change the screen resolution and match to our recording screen. Right now, you can see we boot a Windows system by user ISO image. We added this boot entry user called the software called EasyBCD. Right now, you can see the computer has a disk and called bootx. Actually, this whole system was in this disk. In this environment, you can see this environment I created, by myself. It's a little bit advanced, so we will talk about that if anybody has an interest on that. But here we just see you can create a small Windows system and add it to the boot menu. This Windows system has all the software interface. I think this is all I need to show today. And of course, I built this one based on the Windows 8.1 Professional. So Windows 10, Windows 11 can also create this kind of mini environment to safeguard your system. If your system fails, you can boot to this graphic interface, do a system rescue, right? And we can see the driver C, everything is there, and we can see that our new created Windows 11 home is here. From here, you can see we added the Windows 11 system in the existing system. The system is only one file. The Windows 11 home is only one file. So it does not mess around with your existing system. If you don't need it, you just delete it. So then you can restore it. Of course, if you have enough disk space, you just copy it and put it in somewhere and run this copy. If this copy has the issue, you just paste the old file here. Then you have an independent